So one of the things that I teach my kids is endothermic and exothermic reactions. And what that means in everyday terms is heat and whether heat is being given off or heat is being taken in. So there's two really easy ways that you can show both of these. So the materials that you need some vinegar. I have a lot. You need baking soda. You need some steel wool. Try to use steel wool that does not have a coating on it, but if you're in a pinch and you have like the SOS pads, they should work. They just may not work as drastically. And you also need a plastic baggie. The first thing that you need to do is you need to soak. We're going to show exothermic first, and you need to soak the vinegar in some, not soak the vinegar, soak the steel wool in the vinegar for a minute. So we're going to do that. Okay, so we have definitely let our steel wool sit in the vinegar for a minute or longer. So now what Mikey's going to do is he's going to take it out of the vinegar, squeeze out whatever vinegar is still in there. And then what we're going to do is we are going to put it into the baggie, and we're going to zip the baggie closed. Once you do this, it's important to feel the baggie ahead of time. Okay, so I've got it zipped up. So feel the baggie. Okay, doesn't feel warm, cold, or anything. And now we're going to wait 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're going to check back on the baggie. Okay, so we left it for maybe 10 minutes or so, and what you can see is that the wool, well, you can kind of see it with the glare, is there's a whole lot of moisture inside, and that means that it's getting warmer in there, as well as the steel wool is rusting. Because this is a metal, we have just increased the rusting process. So there's heat being given off by the reaction, and there is also a chemical change happening with rust. So very simple thing to show. If I had a thermometer, I would actually be able to take the temperature of it to really show you what it is. But it's usually a couple of degrees difference, and you can feel it. So if you guys feel the baggie a little bit, you can feel it's a little bit warmer towards the center of the steel wool. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that is exothermic. So our next thing that we're going to do is endothermic. Now you need to use new vinegar for this. So I have brand new vinegar, and you don't need a lot. Okay. Just putting it in a cup, and then we need some baking soda. So let me get some baking soda. So for this one, we're going to do baking soda and vinegar. Now we all know that people use these to make volcanoes. The temperature of the vinegar beforehand, room temperature. And now Elsie's going to add some baking soda to it. Okay. So there's our fizzing and foaming. Lovely. And then you can already feel it. Feel the cup. Feel how cold it got. Do you feel it? Mm-hmm. So this is what's called an endothermic reaction. And because the vinegar took the baking soda in, it's actually causing the temperature to go down. So as a result, the temperature around it turns much colder. So we have just done two different heat activities. So endothermic and exothermic reactions, where heat is either given off as a result, exothermic, so you can feel the heat, or endothermic, which means it's taking the heat in and making it colder. So to keep in mind with chemical reactions, which we just did 2 of them, that it needs, most of them need heat or energy of some sort in order for them to happen. So something that you could talk about is why heat is needed so that the reaction happens. And then you can see if I put more baking soda in, will that make a difference? If I put more vinegar, so you can change the amounts. So another quick activity that you can do and see temperature.